If The Big Short and The Social Network were to have a baby and invite Paul Dano to the party, you'd get this movie. Hi everyone, Nico here from the Silver Screen Dudes, and this is my review for Dumb Money. A little bit late because I've been filming in Sardinia, but I'm back now. Yay, we can talk movies again. So, Dumb Money. Let me say right off the bat, this movie is good. It's not just good. In fact, I'd actually go so far as to say it's great. Let me recap a bit what I said at the top there regarding The Big Short and The Social Network. It's similar to The Big Short in the sense that it's obviously about stocks. It's about the GameStop meme stocks that happened during the COVID pandemic. The shares and the stocks and all of that is kind of like, I'm not well versed in this subject matter, but it's kind of like just a vessel for the characters to explode into life. It's just it's the catalyst for this movie. That it's not a massive focus and it doesn't require you to know a huge amount about stocks and shares prior to watching. However, I'd say, had you watched The Big Short a few times and kind of managed to get your head around the way Wall Street works based off of that, that would help with the understanding of this movie. But even if you haven't, don't worry, because what Dumb Money does that's so clever, while we don't necessarily have Margot Robbie in a hot tub the way we did in The Big Short, what we do have here is a movie that very much understands that its audience is not stupid, that its audience has lived through some stuff, COVID, GameStop memes, 2008 crash, etc. And it trusts its audience without needing to hold our hand and go into unnecessary exposition about every single last detail. This is very much a movie about character, and it's very much about how these characters challenge and interact with each other. That's what makes it so engaging, not how the stocks work. Where it's so alike in The Social Network is that much like the way that Jesse Eisenberg and Andrew Garfield kind of laid assault to established ideals within the tech world, that very much translates into Dumb Money. This is very much about the little man, the little guy who never really has a shot at really succeeding in life because he's held back, or they are held back by big tech and by Wall Street to ever have a chance. Now this guy, this random little YouTuber who sees this thing, this nothing that is, a GameStop stock, and just rallies his YouTube audience in a very non-confrontational way around him to start investing and stop Wall Street shorting GameStop, which would have caused it to crash. It's a really fascinating story, and it's made that much better by the supporting performances all around. I mean, Paul Dano is so good in this, but at this point, saying Paul Dano is good is like saying water is wet. When is Paul Dano not good? Pete Davidson, listen, there's a little bit of an argument to be made that Pete Davidson kind of always plays himself, but if that's the case, give me more of that, because I love it. Every time I see this guy, be it in Bodies, or in this, I really like his shtick. Like, he plays an archetype very, very convincingly. And all the supporting cast, your Nick Offermans, your Seth Rogans, your Sebastian Stans, they all play these slimy Wall Street guys so pitch perfectly that you're just engaged from start to end. Where the movie treads the line so beautifully, it never explains, but it always somehow, without Margot Robbie in the hot tub, makes itself understandable. And that, for a movie like this, where the conflict is centered around a subject matter which, for myself, and I know for a lot of people, is a bit of a foreign concept, it's quite the frickin' accomplishment. Real talk, I can't find much fault in this movie. It's pretty perfect. Like, I don't know where to pull holes at. That, like, every single angle that we go down with the characters, whether if they're the central characters or even if they're the secondary characters or even the tertiary characters, every single one of these stories I was plugged into and interested in and wanted to see how it played out. It's pretty flawless as a movie goes. I'm really trying to find fault with it, and I'm struggling. I don't know. Maybe it could have been a little bit tighter in some parts. Okay, here we go. If we want to get... This is being pedantic to the highest degree, just for the sake of bringing some critical balance to it. but it could have been maybe sped up by an odd 10-15 minutes. There was a slight point in the middle where I felt like it dawdled a bit and it took a little bit too much time to get to the point. Because it's not a particularly long movie, and there was once or twice I looked down at my watch going, how far are we into this movie? So I guess being objective, there is a little tiny weeny bit of a pacing issue, but I wouldn't let that put you off in any way, shape or form. This movie is gold. So in conclusion, I'm going to give Dumb Money a very high score here. I'm going to go 9.5 out of 10. I think the performances, top to bottom, are fantastic. I think every single one of these character stories was engaging. I thought the way they played out, though they are true to life, was well executed. I thought the balancing act of never explaining and going into great detail about shares and shorting, but still making it infinitely understandable, is one of the great accomplishments in cinema of 2023. And I really do stand by that statement. And you know what? It was very interesting looking back at this and seeing it play out and seeing everyone with their masks on again during the pandemic period and having this nice little ray of sunshine where the little guy really did stick it to the man. And if you're under any illusion of, oh, but did he really? Yeah, because the movie explains it at the end, but what this character did is he did change Wall Street, which in the modern age is crazy because now all the bigwig bankers and Wall Street people are looking at retail traders and making sure that something like this doesn't happen again. It has completely adjusted scope. So did he stick it to the man? Yes, he did. So over to you guys. What did you think of Dumb Money? If you have seen it, leave your thoughts and your comments down below. I want to know what you think. I want to know if you like these type of movies. How do you compare this to The Social Network and The Big Short? It's, leave all your thoughts down below. There should be another video for you right about here somewhere for you to check out, and the subscribe button up top here. So do check that out, guys. We do new content now that I'm back from Sardinia every single day of the week. Next video should be The Creator, so stay tuned to the channel for that, and I'll see you guys very soon.